Hello guys, welcome back to another episode where we're just flying around in the nether, because today we're going to show you, this is going to be a shorter episode by the way, this is just to bring attention to a new little project I'm doing at the moment. Well bam, this is my witch hut farm, thingamabobber. It's actually like, right next to the wither skeleton farm me and Brancy built. And, you know, that's nice. Here it be. How nice, isn't it? To see it at night while the phantoms come out to play. Oh, come on. Okay, now we're gonna fly away from them. So this is Miner's Greed. Now, Miner's Greed is a little play on Assassin's Greed that I started last season, but not many people found a way to kill people. But here I am going to set up this game. Now this game is pretty much already set up. The thing that I kind of wanted to do was actually like bring the beacons down to the bottom, but I would actually be mining for the people here, and that's not what Miner's Grid is about. It's about you getting your own resources and using those resources as points. Now, how does it work? So first off, you see this beacon right here. It is actually at a chunk corner. Now, that means when you choose this chunk, you put a glass block on this beacon, signifying your color and claiming it. Then, you go over here, you press F3 and G, and you'll show up the chunk boundaries, and go to this corner, and that's where the end of your chunk is. And then we're here, at the minigame district, where we have another Mushroom Island for this kind of stuff. And here is the Miner's Greed building. It is not finished yet, but it is open for anyone to participate or set their score in. We come up here and there's already a player, you know, he's just chilling by the barrels. And here you can choose your color and rename it. Now, when you choose a color like this, you rename it to your name, and you put one of the stained glass in here, which will show up your name, and you take the other four. These are the only four that you're going to be used to mark chunks that you claimed. There are two things that I haven't really thought out fully yet, and it's the fortune rates, because sometimes you accidentally mine something, and you get some blocks back. Or you get some minerals back without a silk touch, so that, I feel like that could be tabulated as points, because I kind of want people to make sure their mistakes count too. And then I'll be buying these shulker boxes, shulkerfuls of these, if people want to collect them. And we got the whole witch farm location here, and we got this. Well, let me read from the top. Welcome to Miner's Greed. What can you win? First place winner. You can use and collect from any farm I have made or will make, which means you have the whole range to use any of the farms that I'm selling at L&B, basically. And then second one, you're gonna pay 1 diamond for each selectable stack at L&B. So let's say this stack, it's got 5. It's got 5 stuff, and you pay 1 diamond for that stack. Now I know this is not a good example of a good price to performance, but we'll use it as an example, because there are some items that are stacked not as a stack at L&B, and that's what I mean by a selectable stack. The next person will get a farm built from me, built in a location where I could choose for them. I could choose for them, and they could choose the farm I want to build for them. So, yeah, that's a good thing, I think. And here we go. We have each winner will get a stack of shoulder shells, 1 elytra. Now, I know this isn't that popular, just because DC has already run the market into the ground, making it so cheap to get these things that it's not too good of a price. But then we got a shulker full of logs, and then a shulker full of glass, and then this. So every chunk that you mine will get you 1 ancient debris, 4 diamonds, guaranteed, 1 beacon, and 4 stacks of iron. Now the 1 beacon is already there, but the 4 stacks of iron I will gift you, and then a stack of wool of any color of your choice. That's, if people want wool, that's a free way to get wool, and anything you mine there is technically yours, but then you could trade it in for points. Now we got some rules here that we gotta go through. You cannot build into any other chunks unless you want to block liquids. You cannot claim another one if you've already run out of claims until you cleared out your chunk. You cannot remove your claim until you cleared out your chunk. And then you place your ores in the item frame columns to rack up points. Now what do I mean by that is that when you have your item frame full here, this is the coal line, this is the iron line, this is the gold row, lapis lazuli row, and redstone row, and diamond ore row. Now, you go all the way up here, you put all your ores in this, and I will count and tally up these points in your row to give you a score. Now, TNT is not allowed unless you make sure it doesn't affect other chunks. Now, I know that if you claim a 2x2 or 1x4 or any set of 4 chunks, you can actually just TNT the heck out of it. But you should be reminded that that exploding, that those ores don't really drop as much, right? Stuff like that. But yeah, we got that. Teamwork is allowed, but only 2 people per party. You can claim it all with your colored glass, but you can only mine at 4 claim locations at a single time. And it's up to you how you split up the materials for the materials you get from the chunk when working together. And you can take the beacon you claimed after a chunk is mined, yada yada. If there's an ore vein that is in another chunk that you did not claim, you cannot mine it, which means you have to finish that to get the claim on the other chunk, which means you cannot intersect into another chunk through an ore vein if you do not have it. You cannot use ores mined away from this dig site to score points, which means that every point that you get is supposed to be representative of the whole area that's being mined. Points. 1 point is worth 1 diamond, or it's worth 6 redstone ore, or it's worth 3 lapis lazuli ore, or it's worth 4 gold ore, or it's worth 8 iron ore, or it's worth 16 coal ore. And I do count decimal places. You can turn in points, and I'll just be converting it to decimal number if you do not have, let's say, 6 redstone ore at the end. You have a remainder of 5, and I'll just tabulate your points, add a 5 out of 6 to your score, and that's your score. And then when I say that you can use a collect my farms for the first place goal, it means that you cannot sell this stuff. You cannot sell this stuff in its original state or its compacted or decompressed state. You must craft it into something else in order to be able to sell it. That is the full explanation of Miner's Greed. Now this building will be completed in another time, but we've got this whole thing all set up and done at the minigame district for anyone to check it out, and it is going to be a blast to watch a perimeter unfold on the server. And I know there's something else. There's another grand prize that I haven't mentioned yet, which I'm still on the fence of actually trying to complete on. But just know that there will be one extra thing not mentioned in the books that you can win. And I know people's tools will be greatly affected by this. I'm hoping this will work out for a second. So anyone who participates in this thing will be able to use the Wither Skeleton Farm to collect experience points during and after this whole event. That means you can use this farm and recharge your tools in order to continue playing the farm. In case you don't want to go all the way to the end dimension or something like that, you can just go here. It's pretty nice. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this little episode. Bye bye.